It's showtime! And that means it's time to do a podcast. Hi, and welcome to The Swamp. The Swamp is an acronym.
Stands for some whack-ass movie podcasting.
My name is Dara, and as always, I'm here with my lovely co-host,
Emily. How's it going?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am just fine after watching this outstanding classic piece of cinema, Beetlejuice.
Can you just tell the audience the 4 drinks that are in front of you right now that you're consuming simultaneously, please? Because this is just like people need to know.
Well, here's the thing. I have to lay the scene for them. But I've been wildly hungover today. I won't lie to you guys. But it's also like football Sunday, and so me and my sister and my roommate have all been watching football. I had to rally, have a couple of beers. But I'm still not quite fully back to myself, so I've got a giant thing of water in front of me. I also have a cup of coffee. We're recording this at 6:05 in the evening. But at the same time, I have a tiny little glass of limoncello and a beer.
A beer? Oh, okay, so like in descending order. It's like limoncello, beer, coffee, water.
Yeah. A bit of a mess on this Sunday.
Like, what does your mouth taste right now?
Right now it's limoncello.
Just the thought of like drinking limoncello, then immediately drinking coffee afterwards sends a shiver down my spine.
That's why I've got the water to cleanse my palate.
It's a cycle. There's an order.
Exactly.
There's an order to this.
It goes limoncello, water, coffee, beer.
But do you know what else sends a shiver down my spine, speaking of segues, is ooky, spooky, kooky is the theme of our month. And I would say if somebody walked up to me on the street and said those words, they said, name a film, ooky, spooky, kooky, I think I would name this one, and that's Beetlejuice.
It's really the perfect Halloween film. And it's not even Halloween specifically.
Yeah, I feel like a really common theme between this and the last movie we did for this month are like not any specific references to the holiday of Halloween in any way, shape, or form, yet completely embody the spirit of Halloween. Well, and to a T.
Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of our movies this month are. I think it's one of those things. You don't need to call it Halloween, but it's Halloween.
Yeah, right. And also, like, it's just about the vibe. Don't shove it in my face. I don't need to see a pumpkin.
No.
I need to see a desert snake. That's the most Halloween-y thing I can think of.
Yeah. I was spooked.
And ghosts. Were you ooky kooky spooked? I'd say this movie's pretty kooky.
Definitely kooky. A little less spooky than like...
Yeah. Not particularly spooky. It's pretty hokey. I'd use the word hokey.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really fit into the rhyme perfectly.
See, the word that I would describe this movie with is certainly quirky. It's a very quirky movie.
Yeah, I agree. I know they like didn't have a ton of money to work with, so Tim Burton like made a lot of things kind of like hokey or quirky intentionally.
Yeah.
He's like, this isn't supposed to look good or real. It's supposed to look like kind of like B-movie horror garbage.
And that's
so
exactly
he's like, if we just do that, he's like, if we just really lean into it, then this, this not great budget won't seem like, we didn't have a lot of money. It would seem like we were making an artistic choice.
Yeah, and exactly.
I can respect that.
Was this his first big movie too? Because I was looking into it, and nothing before this jumped out at me. And then there was Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I know there was like this whole thing where like he was trying to get Edward Scissorhands greenlit or something, but they weren't really willing to like do it, or like Batman 2 or something, which both came after this. And so this is kind of like he settled for doing this first, and then everyone was impressed and gave him money and funding to do his other like passion projects. Yeah. But yeah, I do think this was probably the thing that, I mean, any Tim Burton heads out there can correct us if we're wrong. But in today's day and age, if you are a self-identified Tim Burton head, I think you should probably take a step back.
Yeah, reevaluate.
Yeah. But so, if you haven't seen Beetlejuice, 1988, to set the scene, early Tim Burton. Johnny Depp has yet to enter the picture. Thank God. And do you want to get to a little bit of a recap? I bet this could be our fastest recap yet. This movie has a pretty... I'm going to say that, and we're going to be like 47 minutes in, and I'm still going to be summarizing this movie.
We're always so bad about doing a fast recap. We just can't do it. But...
Okay, ready? I'm going to see if I can do
speed
a
round?
really, really fast one.
We do speed round? All right.
Yes, I'm going to speed... Because everybody... you should have seen Beetlejuice, really. I don't know. It's like... It's on every TV channel ever. Like,
yeah, you've seen this on ABC Family.
And even if you haven't seen it, like, you've seen it.
Exactly.
Like,
I feel like...
You've seen this movie.
Like, I never saw, like, Beetlejuice, like, through and through for, like, a good period of years. But I had seen it all just in, like, different segments and chunks, almost.
Yeah.
Alright, but give it a shot.
So, Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin, incredibly attractive couple.
Yeah.
What's their last name? I forget. I know her name's Barbara. His name is... I don't know. We're going to call them Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin because that's the name of the actors who play them. And
we can't be bothered.
They are married and they're on a vacation, but it's a staycation. They're staying at their house. And they are like, okay, we're just going to hang out and build miniature models all week because that's their weird
That's what hot people do.
And their real estate agent, who is also Barbara's sister, I think, is really trying to sell their house because she's like, you guys don't have kids, and so there's no reason for you to live in this 3-story mansion on top of a hill. And then there's some weird implication that I think maybe Gina Davis can't have kids, or maybe they don't want kids. They really don't delve into it very much. But anyways, this real estate agent's being really pushy, and she wants them to sell the house. And then Alec Baldwin needs some glue. Oh my god, I'm already like 6 minutes into this. Anyways,
The thick plot. We need the thick plot, not the thin one.
They die, basically. They go out to run some errands. They get in a car crash because they swerve trying to not hit a dog, and then they fall. Their car goes off a covered bridge and into a river, and they die. And now they're ghosts because after you die, you become a ghost. And they're in their house, and they're like, "Ooh, things are a little mysterious around here. We feel cold and chilly." And also, there's a handbook for the recently deceased. And they're like, "Oh my god." Wait, we're dead. We're ghosts. This is crazy. We don't have reflections. And so then some new people move into their house, the Dietzes, who are this family, this really rich, artsy family. Yeah, that's right. Sip your limoncello. Sip your limoncello while I tell this story. And they're like, no way, Jose, will we not be having this family in our house when we are ghosts? Because we still want to live in the house.
We paid this.
And so they move in, they remodel everything. And then they really quickly realize that Lydia, the daughter, played by Winona Ryder, can see them. Because they're like, you shouldn't be able to see us. And she's like, I myself am a little strange and unusual. And basically, because she's goth people can see ghosts.
Yeah, if you didn't know.
And so they try to get her help a little bit into how they can scare these people to leave their house. They go into... Juno is their caseworker. If you kill yourself, you have to work at the DMV for dead people. And they go and they have to wait in line for a long time. And then they talk to her and she's like, just be scary. And they're like, we don't know how to be scary. And she was like, just try. Just fucking try. Just fucking try. And they try to be scary and it does not work. And then they do a song and dance number where they make everybody sing that Deo song.
Like, you all know it. And if you don't...
It's very iconic.
Yeah.
And they're like, that wasn't scary at all. And actually, we're going to monetize this.
We had a great time.
Yeah. They're like, we're going to start charging people to hang out with the ghosts that live in our house.
Yep.
And the ghosts are like, please and no thank you. We just want to build miniature models. And they call Beetlejuice, who's a bioexorcist played by Michael Keaton. And he's like, I can scare them away, but I'm not going to hold back. And they're like, fine, do what needs to be done. And he shows up and immediately starts groping everybody and just acting a fool, acting really inappropriate. Yeah. And he tries to marry Lydia. He's like, Lydia, we need to get married if I'm gonna be able to scare your parents or something. There's there's like an arranged child marriage.
Yeah, if he wanted to like stay like in like the real world rather than being in like, I don't know, the miniature model or something like that, or the ghost world. I don't know. They don't really specify very much in this movie.
There's many a plot hole, which we can discuss. There are many a plot hole in this movie, because now, for some reason, everyone can see every ghost. It is just, the curtain has been lifted, and then eventually everything gets resolved. Beetlejuice gets re-absolved into the ghost world, and then Barbara and Adam adopt Lydia, and they all live in harmony. And her parents, who don't give a shit about her, just get to fucking chill while these two ghosts are now raising this teenage girl. And that's the whole movie.
It was probably our fastest recap yet, but it was still not fast.
It was not fast, and it was not very good.
Well, that's the whole thing about this movie. This movie very much feels like last week's with Scooby-Doo, where there's a lot going on, but simultaneously, like, not a lot going on. I don't know. It's a little tough.
Yeah, right. The whole movie takes place basically just in this house.
Oh, yeah.
And there's like 6 characters tops. And yet, it's a lot.
I get why they made this a musical, because you don't need many sets. You just need one house.
That's true. That is true.
I
never really listened. I don't really know much about the musical.
Me neither. I don't have a goddamn clue.
Honest.
I'd rather see it as, like, a dramatic play. Like, really, like
really serious, too.
Like Hedda Gabler type shit.
You're right, like Prodigal Son, but it's just like Beetlejuice monologuing for 45 minutes.
I'd love it. Be perfect. But
I would say there are a lot of really great performances in this movie, though. Like, I really can't even say who my favorite is. Like, Winona Ryder as a little goth teenager.
Of course. Outstanding.
Peak. Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice fucking steals the show, and he's not even in the movie for, like...
That's the funny thing about this movie. It's called Beetlejuice, but Beetlejuice probably has, like, the least amount of screen time in the entire film. One
of the original titles that was working in progress for a while was Scared Sheetless.
Oh.
Isn't that horrible? Isn't that horrible? I don't think this movie would be famous. It would not be famous if it was called Scared Sheetless.
No, absolutely not. Thank fucking God to whoever said that's horrendous.
Yeah. But yeah, Beetlejuice, I think it's something like he has a total of like 17 minutes of screen time.
Yeah, that sounds
or something
right.
like that, and it's an hour and a half long movie.
First thing in my notes, tight hour 30. So it is a great movie for that.
We praise the 90-minute film on this show.
It's everything I need. 2 hours, can't do it.
If you start drinking, then by the end, you're just about ready to not be watching a movie anymore.
Exactly. Like pre-game with Beetlejuice. You play a drinking game. Anytime they say Beetlejuice, you're good. It's fine.
Oh my God.
It's fine.
Yeah, I bet this would be a really fun movie to come up with, like, drinking game rules for.
Yeah.
Just I don't know how you could turn this into a rule, but, like, Lydia's bangs.
Oh my God.
Every time Winona Ryder's bangs give you the spooks.
Exactly. Just anytime you, like, see them and feel, like, something in your chest that you're like, ugh.
You know, like, quarantine bangs? Like, the phrase quarantine bangs, how every girl cut her own bangs over quarantine, i.e. me. That's what, I was looking a little bit like Lydia at some, like, when my hair is greasy.
We've been there. Everyone's been there.
Those little spikes.
Yeah,
those little spikes, though.
Oh my God.
Iconic.
I don't even want to know what her forehead acne looks like. It's just...
She's one of those people who has, like, you know, like a 5 head, or like her forehead goes all the way back, but she just plasters her bangs down to hide it.
Yeah, the bangs aren't enough, so she has to wear that giant, like, witch's hat type thing.
Oh my God. She is ridiculous. So her character is like this goth little, what do we say? She's like 12, 13?
Around there. I'd say like 13, 14.
She gives me like 7th grade. She's in 7th grade to me.
Which she was like, what, I think like 14 or 15 when she shot this, because this came out the same year as Heather's, and we just talked about this, and she was what, like 14 when she recorded that?
Yeah, so this was right before, so it was, probably around the same time.
Yeah.
She looks a lot younger in this to me, but maybe it's just the way they kind of did her, like, makeup and styling and stuff. Yeah. For in both, I suppose. Yeah. But she's so great in this, and fucking Gina Davis, who we could not sing her praises enough on our A League of Their Own
Beautiful
episode, so
Great.
I won't reiterate that for you, but, like, Gina Davis, oh my god. I cannot. And then her and Alec Baldwin, who knew Alec Baldwin was sexy? I didn't. And I always forget. Yeah. I forget every time. No. And then I watch this movie, and I have to go through, like, a journey of self-discovery every time I watch Beetlejuice, because I'm like, oh my god. Mm-hmm. Alec Baldwin was so hot.
Yeah, I watched this with Alyssa, my sister, and one of my roommates, and that was the only thing I told them about, like, this movie. Neither of them had ever seen it before. Yeah, right? Crazy. But neither of them had seen it before, and the only thing I had to tell them, besides, like, all the wacky shit, didn't even touch that. I was just like, fucking wait till you see Alec Baldwin, because he is so sexy in this.
Forget everything you thought you knew about Alec Baldwin.
Exactly. Like, 30 Rock?
Because, like, if you told me... Yeah. Right, if you told me you're like, Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin will be playing a couple, I'd be like, in what universe?
Yeah.
But
why?
It's just right. It's just right. But, and then also, I'm like... I get that Beetlejuice is a little predatory. He's a perv.
A little?
And he's a perv, and he is definitely a little bit creepy towards underage Lydia.
Yeah, she's 13, and he's like, marry me, baby.
It's it's unexcusable behavior. But I'm gonna say, I'm not attracted to Beetlejuice per se, but I am attracted to Michael Keaton in the Beetlejuice costume.
He put his whole pussy into this movie.
I think he, like, frequently says it's his favorite thing he's ever done. Yeah. And I agree that he's never done anything more iconic.
Birdman? Fuck off.
Fuck Birdman. Yeah. And I feel like he also kind of got caught up in the, like, I don't know, like, action. Like, he's, like, the villain in the new Spider-Man. In, like, one of the Tom Holland Spider-Mans or something. Like, literally, I'm like, ugh, okay.
Could not give a shit.
But him in this movie, I cannot... I haven't seen him as Batman. I haven't seen any of those movies, so I can't really speak to them, actually. But,
what fucking Batman was that?
He was the Tim Burton Batmans.
See, I always get, like, the Tim Burton ones mixed up with, like, George Clooney did Batman, right? Yeah, I always get those ones, like, kind of mixed up. I've seen that one. It's, like,
Danny DeVito plays the Penguin.
Yeah, and, like, Uma Thurman is Poison Ivy and all that shit. I actually really liked those ones. They're not good Batman movies, but loved it anyways.
But also, Catherine O'Hara in this movie as, what's her name? Something Dietz?
I don't know. The stepmother.
The mom, yeah. Also, okay. I'm sure our viewers, listeners are fucking tired of hearing me talk about hair color and how disturbed I am at when certain couples... I've really dragged the blondes, a fucking double redhead couple, absolutely cursed. We've said it before, there's no way you're not at least some kind of cousin.
Would you say it's redhead, or would you say the father is, like, strawberry blonde?
It still falls under the umbrella of having red hair.
That's true enough, but I don't know. I can excuse it because Catherine O'Hara looks so fucking good in this movie. Like, I know she's like the evil stepmother kind of thing, but the dance scene,
hot.
She's so fucking hot.
Hot, and also she's like mean in a way I can kind of, I'm not gonna say I can get behind it.
No, I know what you mean.
Being like, but it's like, she's like doing bad art and she's like remodeling their house into being a modern art sculpture. And I'm like, you know what? Do you. You do you, girlfriend.
It's like how you hate the mom, or not the mom, the stepmother in Fleabag, but you also love her.
Yeah.
In the same way.
Yeah, right. Olivia Colman. Wow.
Because she fucking crushed it, but...
Yeah, right. I will say, though, the true spookiest character in this, the villain is nary a Beetlejuice.
Okay.
Nor is it the preserving themes of what, like capitalism and gentrification. Yeah. I don't really know.
Yeah, are we gonna look that far into Beetlejuice?
Yeah, right. But Jeffrey Jones, who plays Charles Dietz, who he's also in Ferris Bueller, the dad, literal sex offender.
What?
Child pornography. Child pornography. Registered under the United States law as a sex offender, this man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right? Isn't that wild?
Fucking A, yeah.
So,
no.
The real scary thing in this movie.
Genuinely.
Was a redhead who was right under our nose the whole time.
Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry to bring up a sour topic.
Yeah, what can you do?
Also, I guess, I mean, there's really no way to talk about any Tim Burton movie without really addressing how it, like, kind of sucks how he, in recent years, has just said some, like, really not cool things, and now, like, watching all his movies does leave a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth, but I'm not gonna say that you can't enjoy Beetlejuice or Edward Scissorhands or any Tim Burton. Like, you can still enjoy them as pieces of media while also recognizing that he is not the greatest person. You can disagree with his, but it is, like, a bummer, because now watching things back, I'm like, you fucking suck.
I've never stayed in the loop with any Tim Burton controversy or anything like that. So basically, to quickly just, like, so he directed Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children in, like, 2016, and he cast Samuel L. Jackson to play the antagonist character, and everyone was basically like, interesting, the first black person you ever put in any of your movies is a villain. And so some interviewers were, like, you know, asked him about it, and he just gave some, like, really basically him being like, making your movies diverse and inclusive is, like, stupid, and you should do whatever you want, and putting people in movies just because it makes it more diverse is, like, bad, basically. And he just said, like, a lot of things that, like, really were not okay, and then it really put a spotlight on, like, how all of his movies are just incredibly white. Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing as, like, Wes Anderson and all that shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, his response to it was just really not great, and it made a lot of people, like, kind of reconsider, like, oh, we think he's this, like, really great genius, but he's, like, has these kind of shit opinions.
But he's also a piece of shit, yeah.
But yeah, I guess, I don't know.
No, I hear you.
So, about exactly 26 seconds into this movie, Henry goes, Dara, who did the score? Is it Danny Elfman? Is this Danny Elfman? And I was like,
so.
Yeah. I'm like, definitely it is, but let me double check, and it absolutely is. Anytime Danny Elfman does the fucking score to a movie,
fucking good.
It throws my back out. How good it is.
I gotta go to the chiropractor the next day.
I cannot say enough.
Oh no. It's incredible. He does incredible work.
And just, like, yeah, just the vibes of this movie would not quite have the same highs and lows if it were not for the beautiful score. Yeah. I won't say it's beautiful.
I'd say that's with, like, pretty much any Tim Burton movie, honestly.
Yeah, it's like he found the guy, like, to me. Like, that is such an amazing combination of two artists whose, like, styles just mesh so good together.
Yeah, like, a lot of directors have, like, their go-tos. Like, Quentin Tarantino works a lot with, I can't think of his name right now, but, like, they work a lot together, and, like, Alexander Desplat, works a lot with, I can't think who, he's done a couple of Wes Anderson ones and all that stuff, and it always outstanding, great, but, like, Danny Elfman with, Tim Burton hits different. It just hits different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nobody quite does it like... Also, I love Danny Elfman still releases, like, Oingo Boingo type, like, alternate rock, disco, punk, funk... I don't even know what fucking genre you would say that is, but literally, Danny Elfman came out with a new album, like, this year.
As he should.
So he still, like, puts out, like, his own stuff, in addition to just, like, being my personal favorite music, like, movie composer.
Yeah, no, he's great. All right, besides music, can we talk about the set designs for this?
Oh my god, so good. Like we said, it takes place all in one house, and yet it just, like, it doesn't feel claustrophobic to me or anything. Like, you really see all of it, and especially the whole, like, remodeling of the house that happens. I am obsessed, and I will say, like, I kind of stand by what they did with it.
It wasn't awful.
It looks pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, right,
like,
right. Especially, like, the outside, they've got, like, the art pieces almost sort of thing. And
yes,
the additions.
like there's these huge like geometric structures like protruding from the house that have absolutely no function other than just looking fucking
like I can
cool.
fuck with that. I get down with that.
I support Catherine O'Hara and her shitty art. I'll say it. I would be her gross predatory husband who works in like real estate, who just like funds for her to like make horrible sculptures. Honestly, I would do it too.
Yeah.
And I love, what's her friend? Who's her friend who's also
Otto?
the priest in Heathers? Otto. I love Otto just is there 24/7 being like, let's paint this wall mint and this wall charcoal, and then let's tear down the whole kitchen, put in an ice rink. Yes. He like basically just lives at their house and just
he actually added his own room to the house in their remodel.
He's just there all the time, just like walking around, putting up swatches, moving the furniture around.
I love it. I will say though, from the minute this movie started, I clocked it as Vermont. It's set in, it's supposed to be Connecticut. As someone who's been living in Connecticut for the last 4 years, entirely unrealistic. No chance in France. Yeah, I saw one covered bridge and I said, they filmed this in Vermont.
Yeah, right. It's the covered bridge for me. Connecticut would never.
She can't.
I was like, I don't know if other regions of the United States are like this, or if like other parts of the world have this. Like New England specifically has these nuances that you think of New England as one unit. No siree. You cannot tell me that New Hampshire and Vermont are similar, because they are not. You cannot tell me that Maine and Rhode Island, they are not interchangeable. Those are two different planets. Whereas it's like, it's all so close together and lumped together, but the culture of each place,
so
and
specific.
Geography, landmarks, so you could never.
You see a covered bridge in a country store, you're in Vermont.
Yeah. That hill with those autumnal trees around it that their house was on? Come on. That's Burlington at best.
That's exactly where they filmed it. It was Burlington.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Never have I ever, in Connecticut, seen a covered bridge. Not once.
Bridge. Oh my god, I'm dead. I love, though, that they die because they were like, they swerved for a little puppy. Like, it's like, I'm like, me too. I'm like, I would.
Right, like, if I had to, like, that's kind of like the best way to die, almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I died so a little precious baby dog could live.
It was adorable. It was adorable.
Worth it.
Like, heck yeah.
Yeah, I don't really hate the renovations to the house. Also, I really don't know why they care so much, like the ghosts. Like, you can't even really, like, I don't know. It's not even, they're just staying in the attic.
Yeah, right? I don't know. I don't quite get it. One thing I did think about, though, I'm like, if you could, like, if you're literally stuck with one person for the rest of your life, I mean, I guess that's marriage. But, like, for like, all of eternity, like, Jesus Christ.
But, like, in the house, too.
Exactly.
So you have to stay in the house. Right? So basically, wouldn't you want a little they're like, we want these people to leave. And I'm like, what? So the two of you can just be alone in this house? Like, at least you get a little entertainment.
Yeah, right? You can fuck with them.
At least there's drama.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what else are you gonna do for all of eternity, guys? I don't understand.
But I mean, clearly by the end, they realize that because they adopt a child.
Yeah, right?
There's this very, very harsh line in this movie where it's like, they meet Lydia and she's like, I can see you guys because I'm goth. And they're like, okay, cool. So she's sort of like their like medium, I guess, for like getting information about what's happening. And she's like chilling and she wants to learn more about the dead, and they're like excited to have somebody to talk to, basically. So it's this little back and forth. And then all of a sudden, Barbara, it's like, that's my daughter, Lydia. Like, all of a sudden, she's like, I would die for this child. And also, like, that's my fucking kid. And, like, it went from, I'm not gonna say 0 to 100, but it went from, like, 16 to 99.
Yeah.
Like, really fast.
Like, her maternal, like, clock just kicked in.
Off. Yeah, right? And I know that in the original cut of this movie, they had it that the parents just moved away and left and just left Lydia to be raised by the ghosts. They're like, cool, we're out of here. Like, now that you found new parents that you actually like, we're piecing the fuck out.
Like, speaking
obviously that got revised.
Speaking of, like, 0 to 100, like, Lydia wants to die so bad. Lydia's like, please kill me. Please, I'll do anything.
She's hashtag not like most girls. I love the quote where her dad's like, we'll build you a dark room. And she's like, my whole life is a dark room. Oh my god. One dark room.
Oh my god.
She's just the epitome of, like, emo teenager. Yeah, and she's like, I straight up am ready to perish. Yeah. And I'm like,
I can't tell you the amount of times that I feel like I saw, like, it's that one, like, really specific quote when she's like, only the strange and unusual can see ghosts, and I myself am strange and unusual, or whatever. I cannot tell you how many times I saw that on Tumblr in, like, 2014.
But here's the plot hole that got me the most, like, pissed was that, so she can see them because she is weird, like a ghost, but then all of a sudden, like basically by the time Beetlejuice fully shows up and is doing his buffoonery, they fully can see all of the ghosts. Like, they're just, like, having a little rendezvous.
Exactly. Like, powwow with the ghosts.
And also, like, you know when they turn their faces into those, like, big plague Dr. Mask-looking, like, bird things? Right? But, like, when they go and do that and are like, this is how we're gonna be scary, so now all of a sudden people can see you? Can you control when you are and aren't seen? Like, this is not explained.
Yeah, no, I don't know if it's because, like, they actually know that there's ghosts now or whatever, and so they're actually, like, trying to see them, because it's like, the whole thing is, like, normal people don't pay attention enough or some shit like that. I don't know.
But where do we draw the line?
Come on, Tim Burton.
You know? I just gotta say, the scene in this movie that just, like, fucking kills me is the ghosts are trying to be scary, right? So Barbara and Adam are like, we're gonna be spooky, so they put on sheets to look like whatever, and they're like, ooh, ooh, like making ghost noises, and Lydia thinks that it's her parents fucking. And so she's, like, pounding on the door, and she's like, you guys are gross, I'm a child, can you please keep it down? But it's just the ghost oohing and awing. So then she leaves her room with her camera.
Yeah.
And immediately starts taking... And I'm like, you think your parents are fucking, so your solution to get them to stop is to go photograph them?
Horrific. What's the thought process there?
And clearly it was just, like, an A to B to getting it to be so that she takes pictures of the ghost, who then it's, like, a whole thing. And, like, they just needed to arrive at that B plot, so they just...
You could have done anything else, Tim Burton.
What?
Like, I get it, it's a good little chuckle. It's like, oh, she thinks they're having sex, but, like, oh my god.
But then it's like, then she's, like, gonna take pictures of... I'm just like, what in... I don't know. That was, like, something I picked up this watch around, and I was like, what the fuck?
Lydia,
I'm like, who fucking wrote this movie?
Ugh. I will say, not even fun fact, but my best Halloween costume in my whole 22 years on this earth was, I dressed up as Beetlejuice, like, 2 years ago or something like that, and it was outstanding. Honestly, I'll never top it, so why try?
No, you did look great. It was actually really convenient for me because I poorly Photoshop our heads onto the movie poster every week for the relevant film, and we did Thor Ragnarok, and you as green Beetlejuice just fit right onto
it was I saw that. I saw you did that, and I was like, this is her best work yet.
Right? Because I'm like, on your Instagram, there's a picture of you in green face. So, like, it just worked out so good. So thank you for, I know you totally did it on purpose.
I was thinking ahead. I said, what's gonna be convenient for Dara? How can I help her?
Beetlejuice is, like, a costume that I think you can, like, easily pull off, and it can look really good. Like, you wear, like, basically you do, like, vertical stripes, right? And then with the right amount of, like, makeup skill, you know, you do some sunken in eyes, a little green on the cheeks, some messy hair, and it's, like, a really, you know, pretty solid costume that you really would only need to buy a vertical
Like, garment. I remember, because I had bought, like, the pants, like, ages ago or something like that, And then I was sitting there and I was waiting for the day that I found a shirt that matched it. Then finally I did, and I said, all right, now is my time to shine. The universe has told me so.
This movie actually did win the Oscar for best makeup.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. So basically, like, it just has to be just Michael Keaton, right? Because, like, who else?
Well, I mean,
Catherine O'Hara in a red lip.
Could you consider, like, that scene where they're all, like, in those masks and, like, the bird-looking things? You know what I mean?
Oh, maybe. Stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know if that's makeup. Like, I bet that's practical, actually. I was going to say maybe it's special effect, but it did look pretty practical.
But definitely more so, like, in terms of makeup, when they go, like, sort of to, like, the underworld and all that jazz.
The blue bitch who's the receptionist, fierce. Fierce. Yeah, true, and all the, like, the dead people with their, like,
very
conditions.
Much more the side characters that carried it makeup-wise. Because there wasn't a lot going on besides, like you said, Catherine O'Hara with a red lip, or, I loved in the dining room scene, the dance scene, how she's got her hair. And literally, she's got, like, those, it's, like, a couple of strands, like, plastered to her face almost in, like, a zigzag. Oh my god, fucking great. Outstanding. But,
so I looked up, so I guess, like, in every, basically, like, fun facts about the movie Beetlejuice, they always mention that, the Lydia character, the one that Winona Ryder plays, they offered that part to the following actresses who all said no. Like, these people did not audition. They just, they offered the part to them, and they were like, no, we're not being in your weird movie. Sarah Jessica Parker, Brooke Shields, Lori Loughlin, okay, Aunt Becky, Diane Lane, Molly Ringwald, and Jennifer Connelly. And I think there was a couple more too, but they just, like, they, like, straight up offered this part to so many, like, basically A-list actors.
Fuck no.
Who are all like, no. And then I feel like this movie is really what, like, launched Winona Ryder's career, because then I know it was because of her role in this movie that she got the role in Heathers, and then Edward Scissorhands, and then so on and so forth.
Do you know what, like, I didn't know about Winona Ryder? It was, like, how she was sort of cast out of Hollywood for a long time. And I definitely saw this on, like, some other podcast, TikTok or whatever, something like that. But, like, it's because she literally was, like, shoplifting or something like that. I swear to God. She, like, shoplifted, like, I don't even know what. But she did, and then, like, she, like, got caught and all that shit, like, as one does. And then she didn't get anything for ages after that because of the whole ordeal.
Wow, that's wild. I thought it was because of the whole situation between her and Johnny Depp, and then, like, after that falling out, like, Hollywood chose his side, was my perception of that. But that was not informed by anything.
Yeah, like I said, this is not, like, I did not research this. This is what I've heard. I could be totally wrong. But whenever I think of it, like, the whole thing is, like, I always think of, that joke, like, oh, women always have the urge to steal because they were the gatherers and all that shit.
You're right. We need to let women steal because it's just they're gathering twigs and berries. It's their natural instinct.
Let women shoplift. Because, like, when you think about it, like, I hadn't seen Winona, like, she's very much like an 80s, 90s actress. Hadn't seen anything at all after that.
Yeah. I know it was Stranger Things that was really her big reintroduction into, like, the spotlight.
100%. And that's, like, 20 years later.
Which, speaking of Stranger Things, not that this is that related, but I had to read this to you because it fucking cracked me up. So there is supposedly, this was on IMDb, so I don't take that as a grain of salt, I guess, but there's a Beetlejuice 2 in the works, right? As, okay, but, you know, like
how long has it been in the works is the question.
I don't know. It just says, like, supposedly in some sort of production, which could literally mean anything. But this is the plot that is listed under it on IMDb, and I have to read this to you because it's fucking wild. Okay. Critically acclaimed filmmaker and screenwriter Tim Burton presents long-awaited sequel to the Halloween classic. Keaton's action-packed comedic demon returns for more mischief than ever before. When the Maitland house explodes, so does the fun, so buckle up. The original cast and crew, plus new additions, return when Beetlejuice is found homeless in the netherworld. He takes it upon himself to travel back up to the mortal world, seeking comfort, only to find that the Maitland house has blown up due to a gas leak, leaving our beloved characters without a humble home to share their love. In search of guidance, the crew travels down to the netherworld, only to find that there's a new sheriff in these parts, the Jersey Devil, played by Will Arnett.
Oh my god.
Okay. Through a surprising turn of events, the self-known ladies' man Beetlejuice learns that the Jersey Devil is his long-lost son through one of his numerous love affairs. Lydia Dietz is wooed by the Jersey Devil, despite being married to a struggling real estate agent played by David Harbour.
Oh, shut the fuck up. No way.
Through kooky scenarios and ecstatic characters, the fun never stops. Through entertaining, heart-wrenching, Beetlejuice, blah, blah, blah. What the fuck? Winona Ryder is going to fall for a character called the Jersey Devil, played by Will Arnett, even though she's married to struggling real estate. I'm like, this has to be a
this
joke.
feels like...
I read this and I was like, this has to be somebody playing a prank.
Yeah, this feels like 2 weeks ago or whatever when I was like, did you hear about, what is it, the alternate ending for, Legally Blonde? Someone just read some sort of, shitpost, thing that someone wrote because they were fucking bored and put it on IMDb. They're like, yeah, this is happening. David Harbour. She's already fucking David Harbour in Stranger Things. You know what I mean?
I just this can't be real. But if it is, you heard it here first, folks. You heard it, me and my retelling from IMDb, because I just could not. I was
oh my god, why make a second one? Just make a new movie. I don't need a sequel.
They were gonna make a second one, so after the commercial success of this one, they really wanted to do a sequel called Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian. And it was all that they go on a Hawaiian vacation because Tim Burton thought it would be so funny to make this family go to Hawaii or something. I don't even know. But the whole thing, so I guess the script got written or whatever, but then it got canceled because everyone was too busy being more famous. It was Michael Keaton had to do Batman, and everyone just had more important things to do. But so we never got Beetlejuice Goes to Hawaii.
Leave it where it was with Winona Ryder hovering in the midair, dancing. That's the perfect ending. Right? I don't need anything else.
Anyways, we're here with Jen. Jen has joined the call. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh, okay.
I'm great. How are you, Dara?
Oh, I'm awesome.
What'd you drink, Em?
I had a myriad of drinks laid out in front of me. You missed it. I had limoncello. Finished that. I won't lie, Jen. I've come back from a really terrible hangover this morning, and so it was game day. So I said, all right, the best thing to do is drink when you're hungover. So I've been drinking UFO, but it's Georgia Peach wheat beer. It's pretty decent. I got it. There's this great place near me called Crazy Bruce's Liquor, which I think tells you everything you need to know about the liquor store. But they have these insane discounts, especially for they've got all their summer shit on clearance pretty much right now. So I got a 12-pack for $8. It was great. Wow.
Have you ever met Crazy Bruce?
No, I wish. I'd love to.
I love your hangover cure too, how you have your hood on.
Oh yeah, no, this was, yeah. I had a Gatorade in the shower and then immediately was like, all right, so I've got a cold beer in the fridge. Might as well.
Nice.
But, yeah, no. It's been a day and a half.
How's your day been?
Mine has been fine. Quiet, but fine.
All right, so Jen is here, as always, to do the wonderful segment that we love, Chocolate or Vanilla. It's a game we play. She gives us two options. We say which one we like better. Is there a theme this week?
Yes. So I was inspired by the star-studded cast. So I'm going to do the cast members in this versus something else.
That they have also been in.
Yes.
Ooh,
yes.
okay.
Awesome. Okay. Perfect.
So obviously there's not too many of them, but
we were talking about how great this cast is, how everybody is just so good.
Definitely. All right, chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Vanilla.
Chocolate. Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry?
Ooh.
Chocolate.
I'm gonna say strawberry this week.
Whoa.
Oh my god. So
Crazy goofy mood.
switching it up. Oh my god.
Chocolate for me, too. All right, ready? Michael Keaton in this or Michael Keaton in Birdman?
Fuck Birdman. We've already said it.
Gonna say that.
I've said it and I'll say it again. That movie's shit garbage. Michael Keaton has Beetlejuice over anything
That
Michael
movie
Keaton
is
has
an
ever
Oscar
done.
Best Picture winner.
Yeah, and it's not good.
Yeah, I've never seen Birdman for the reason that I know I'm gonna hate it. So obviously Michael Keaton in this.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna go with Michael Keaton in this. Winona Ryder in this or Winona Ryder in Stranger Things?
Oh, that's pretty good. I'm going to say her in this. Because I think this is like, we were just talking about how this is really the thing that kind of launched her career. And so now Stranger Things is like what she's doing now. So I think she really does owe it all to her performance in this movie. So I'm going to say her in Beetlejuice.
I think I'm gonna go with Stranger Things, just because acting wise, I feel like she does more in it. You know what I mean? So I think I'll stick with that.
Those are
She was great in this.
comeback too. Yeah, mad comeback for her in that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take her in Stranger Things also. I
Nice.
agree with you. Gina Davis in this or Gina Davis as the mom in Stuart Little?
Love it.
Oh my god, I never forget that she's the mom in Stuart Little. Anytime I see her in anything, I'm like, they must have cut her the fattest check to be the mom in Stuart Little, because I just cannot believe. I really thought you were going to say her in this or her in A League of Their Own, and you just really hit me. You hit me with that Stuart Little. Her in this, she's so good in this movie.
Here's my thing, is that she adopts a child in both of these movies.
There's a theme.
Yeah, there is a
theme
theme
within a
here.
theme.
Definitely her in this, but I do respect her choice, as a woman who walks into an orphanage and says, I want that mouse.
I'm going to go with her in Stuart Little because that was a go-to when you guys were growing up there, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Alec Baldwin in this or Alec Baldwin in Boss Baby?
Oh my god. Alec Baldwin is at his peak sexiness in this movie, and Alec Baldwin is at his least desirable. As an actor, as a performer, as a man, and as a citizen of the entertainment business, when he is participating in the franchise of Boss Baby. So, him and Beetlejuice, come on.
I couldn't have said it better. 100% him and Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I'm going to go with him in Beetlejuice. Catherine O'Hara in this or Catherine O'Hara as the mom in Home Alone?
Oh, I thought you were going to say Schitt's Creek. I don't really give a shit about Home Alone, so I'll say her in Beetlejuice.
I can't believe it took me this long to realize that was her in Schitt's Creek. Oh my god.
Yeah, she's...
Never knew.
Yeah, no, she's like the reason why that show is so good.
I don't really watch it, honestly. I've watched like a handful of episodes because everyone's always like, oh no, you should watch it. But like you have to watch like the first season and then it gets good. I'm like, why am I going to watch an entire season if it's bad? You know what I mean? But no, I totally agree with you. Definitely her in this.
Okay, I'm going to go with her in Home Alone because I think that movie was like iconic. Jeffrey Jones in this or Jeffrey Jones as the principal in Ferris Bueller?
Neither, because he's a pedophile!
Is he really in real life?
Yes.
Is that true?
Registered sex offender.
Oh, damn. Oh, I'm sorry I put him on there then. Should we just...
okay.
No,
skip
here.
through that?
No,
we can just pick Beetlejuice or Ferris Bueller.
There you go. As a movie.
Beetlejuice.
I love Ferris Bueller. That's one of my comfort movies for sure. So I'm gonna say Ferris.
Yeah, I guess...
Sorry, I didn't mean to knock you down. Not a lot of people know that about this actor.
No, I did not know that.
It's just, we gotta spread the word.
Yeah.
In case you ever bump into him, don't ask him for a picture.
It's not good. I will go with Ferris Bueller also. All right. Ding, ding, ding. This is my last one. It's my chocolate vanilla or strawberry.
Woo!
Okay. Tim Burton directing this, or directing Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or directing Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, that's really hard.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta say, I think that it takes a certain type of skill to be able to do a claymation movie, because, like, you know, I don't know, directing through different mediums maybe is difficult. I don't really know, but I would say Nightmare Before Christmas, because I like that movie a lot, and it's really different than directing real people, I'm sure. So I'm probably most impressed that he was able to do such a good movie in a medium he maybe wasn't familiar with.
I think I'm gonna go with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, honestly. As much as I love this movie, it does get a little bit boring. It's very much like the plot kind of like circles back over and over and over. And Charlie and the Chocolate Factory has me by the throat the entire time. So I'm gonna stick with that one.
I would agree. I would also say that's like definitely one of the best like remakes, you know, as a rule. Yeah.
Wait, have you seen, Dara, you might have seen this. Timothy Chalamet today,
Stop.
literally today, posted that photo.
Stop. I'm gonna text it to you, Jen. I cannot. Timothy Chalamet as I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about this.
Who's he gonna play?
He's Wonka.
Wonka.
Yeah, he's Willy Wonka. He's is it Tim Burton that's doing it?
They're doing it again?
No.
It's a prequel. They're making a prequel.
Young Wonka.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's one of those things, like, I hated to say it because you can't find, like, Willy Wonka sexy, but also I can because it's Timothy Chalamet.
It's tearing my life apart.
I haven't known peace since I saw it.
I'm texting it to you right now.
That
Jen.
little, the top hat?
Okay.
Can't take it.
Stop. It's in the same way that I had to, like, reevaluate my entire life when watching Alec Baldwin in this movie. I am not gonna be able to go
Jen's jaw just
see
dropped.
that Wonka movie.
Oh, he's giving me Scrooge vibes. Like Ebenezer Scrooge. I don't know how I feel about this.
Right? It's hard, because, like, Timothy Chalamet is a sexy guy, but Willy Wonka? I don't know.
I can't afford
guess
to be attracted to Willy Wonka at this stage in my life.
Okay, but tell me,
like,
smash or pass Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka?
Smash.
Exactly.
Pass.
Oh, Jensen, pass!
You mean like Smash? Like is this like F Mary?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
That kind of Smash?
yeah.
Yeah, pass.
Feel
Hard pass.
something about, I don't know, Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka. I'd do
Something
it.
about that somersault.
Exactly.
Something about that little somersault. I don't know.
If he can do that on the fly, imagine what he can do in the bedroom.
Well, now you have to say Smash or pass for Johnny Depp.
Still smash. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like him a little unhinged.
For Johnny Depp, as Wonka, fucking pass. No.
But in IRL?
IRL.
In his early, how about in his early
Oh,
years?
yeah, smash. But, as Willy Wonka, that bowl cut, I can't get past it.
That's what I was expecting on the picture of Timothy was like the
No,
bowl
thank
cut.
God, no. I think they're going, with...
Imagine if they did his curly locks
Oh,
as a bowl
God.
cut.
He had a bowl cut for the king.
Yeah,
Timothy
true.
Chalamet has
Oh,
had a
I
bowl
never saw
cut.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it worked.
It was fine, yeah. They definitely
It worked
straightened
for me.
Yeah.
It was actually, so it was him versus Tom Holland for this role, and everyone was saying that Tom Holland was the Gene Wilder and Timothy Chalamet was the Johnny Depp, sort of, as far as, like, it was either going to be, like, more fun and whimsical and musical theater-y, or it was going to be, like, kind of dark and edgy, so everyone's like, which way will it go? So, that was the discourse.
Oh, I'm interested to see how it goes.
Me too, but at what cost, you know?
Not me being feral when a trailer comes out over fucking Willy Wonka. Ugh. That's gonna be a day of reckoning.
Well, Jen, thank you for joining us as always, and thank you for the
Thank you for having
lovely
me.
questions regarding this amazing cast to this film.
Thank you. Thank you. I will see you guys later. Have a good night. I love you.
Bye.
you. Well, sorry that took a little bit of a turn. I guess we're gonna have to cover Willy Wonka pretty soon because certainly we got shit to say.
I'll just wait. Yeah, it'll happen.
So, do we want to get into sort of the
our regularly scheduled programming? Yeah, sure, why not?
Yes. Okay, so do you want to? Let's start off.
We already been talking about who we'd be fucking, so let's go with fuck,
True.
marry, kill.
Okay, so do we want to do like Barbara, Adam, and Beetlejuice?
Sure. Yeah. Ideally, I join Barbara and
Adam, right?
Marriage,
Throuple.
and it's a throuple. Yeah.
Also as a ghost.
Yes.
But can you fuck a ghost?
I don't know if I'm qualified to answer that question.
Can you fuck a ghost?
Someone let us know. Can you fuck a ghost?
Well, because in that case, can you fuck Beetlejuice as a ghost?
I feel like the only thing that I can think of when you ask that question is, like, I think Trisha Paytas has done the thing where she's like, I fucked a ghost.
I fucked a ghost, yeah. If Trisha says it, then it simply is the truth.
Exactly. So I'd say
Trisha Paytas is God. So I am gonna say that you can fuck a ghost, and I believe anyone who says they have.
If if I had to choose one person that I want to be a guest on this podcast, Trisha Paytas would be up there.
Trisha Paytas. Oh my god.
Trisha Paytas, if you want to be on the pod.
What movie do you think she'd pick?
Something really, like, out of left field, I think.
Some Quentin Tarantino, for sure.
Yeah, probably.
Absolutely.
It's better, absolutely. Like, she's one person that I, like, we already did Legally Blonde, but I feel like she'd be a good one to, like, talk about Legally Blonde with. Kind of thing.
Yeah, she is the blondest person to ever exist, I think. But so I guess, I mean, would you say anybody else is like, we could add like Catherine O'Hara or something in here, but like, and also I don't know.
I'd say, because I don't think any, like, are we gonna fuck Beetlejuice? Yes or no? Because
Yes.
Yes? Okay, then we'll stick to Adam and, Adam, what's her fucking name?
Barbara?
Adam, Barbara, and Beetlejuice, then. We'll start there.
Okay. That's so hard. I want to fuck all three of them. Okay. I'm gonna fuck Alec Baldwin. I'm gonna marry Gina Davis. I'm gonna kill Beetlejuice.
See, that was my issue, because I think we're both gonna choose to kill Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
It's a little too crazy. Though. I'm gonna do the same thing as you. I'm gonna stick with that, fuck Alec, marry Gina. But
yeah.
Now let's swap Beetlejuice out and let's throw Catherine O'Hara into the mix.
I'm still gonna kill Catherine O'Hara.
Really?
I'm gonna fuck Alec Baldwin and I'm gonna marry Gina Davis.
No,
yes.
Nope. I'd fuck Catherine O'Hara and then marry Gina Davis. Kill Alec Baldwin. What can you do?
Such is life. What about for the whole movie? I think I'm gonna kill the fucking real estate agent, because fuck her for being nosy. Mm-hmm. I'm going to marry Juno the caseworker.
Yeah.
And I'm going to fuck still Alec Baldwin.
See, did you say you'd marry the caseworker?
Yeah.
Juno. Yeah, I think I'd marry her. I liked her vibe. She seems like one of those people, works hard at her job, comes home, could not give a shit.
Yeah, right. I would on a porch. Wherever we live, I want there to be a porch, and I just want to, like, sit on the porch with Juno. Yeah. With my wife, Juno. Yeah.
We're smoking cigarettes. She's got the smoke come out of her neck.
Yeah.
Love that shit. Yeah. I think I'd marry, I agree with you there. I'd marry Juno. I think I'd still fuck, Catherine O'Hara. Specifically in the dinner scene.
Oh,
just
so good.
Something about it. And I'd kill
the dad.
Yeah.
Kill fucking Charles Dietz. Fuck him.
Yeah, I think you're right for that. Yeah, no. Did nothing for me as a character, and also fuck the actor that plays him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll kill Charles.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
fuck
why
him,
not?
you know?
Why not? But
okay, and so I know personally I ate a wonderful autumnal soup during this movie.
That's hot.
And it hit right because like this is a October movie
Yes.
for me. Right? It's just like it just fits. And so it's just getting to that time where a soup is becoming appropriate. And so I had a nice, it was like a wonderfully cozy fall night with the soup. But I have further suggestions regarding thematic foods. But so did you eat or drink anything particularly interesting?
As I've explained, I was still reeling from a violent hangover. It was like 4:00 in the afternoon. But I didn't really eat anything with it. I had mac and cheese, because I couldn't be bothered to leave my house, and I DoorDashed it. I don't have any food suggestions, but I do have a drink suggestion.
Oh, okay, good, because my drink suggestions aren't particularly inspired.
I did a little research, but I don't have any food suggestions. I think, for me, this movie feels like one that you kind of have to go hard with like a Halloween theme. So you find, like, a recipe online, like, food-wise, that feels, like, really spooky and fun kind of thing. Like, you actually have to, like, prep it. I'd say go for that, do that. And I feel like the same way about the drink choice. Like, you gotta commit to it and do the whole bit. So for a drink, I found, it's called Death in the Afternoon.
Oh, champagne and absinthe?
Yep. Champagne, absinthe, and simple syrup. Which I loved it because it's absinthe. This movie is kooky, spooky, of course. Definitely absinthe sort of fits that vibe. And it's also got like the green, like Beetlejuice color, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's what you should drink. What do you think?
Yeah, I was just like trying to brainstorm, like the colors in this are very like green and purple. So like what's green? Midori?
Yes.
And what's purple? Like Chambord? But I don't know what you could do with Midori and Chambord. Like those two things just don't.
They're both fruity, but I mean,
I would not put them together. Also, you and I just had like one kind of
terrible,
like
a terrible time
great,
with Midori.
Yeah, so I'm like not really keen on it.
I like Midori itself,
but
like alone. Like put Midori in like fucking Sprite and a little vodka. It's great. Just don't listen. If you want to hear about our ordeal, go listen to the fucking "But I'm a Cheerleader" episode because it was a mess. But anyways.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, those are my only, like, go for colors, but I like yours a lot better. Also, I was thinking Jell-O shots. This movie just kind of gives me that, like, make green Jell-O shots.
That.
I don't know. I could...
I'll be honest, though, I fucking hate Jell-O shots. I've never understood the point of them. Why would I?
Yeah.
It takes longer to, like, eat, I suppose, because you can't really drink a Jell-O shot. It takes longer to eat, and I just have vodka in the, like, on my palate after that. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I definitely am with you. And then for food, obviously shrimp.
Oh, true.
In the dance scene, they just, like, all the dancing shrimp fingers. So good. Makes me want shrimp so bad. Like, shrimp cocktail or just, like, any sort of preparation of shrimp that you want. Shrimp is definitely it. Also, they feature a Zagnut bar. Oh, yeah, right.
It's so hot.
But so they at one point, Beetlejuice lifts up a candy bar, and it's called a Zagnut bar. And they're not very popular. And I think maybe they were in the 80s or something, but they're not really a thing anymore. But Henry's dad bought a bunch of them in bulk once, and he gave us a bunch of Zagnut bars, and they are fucking incredible.
Really?
It's basically like, it's like the inside of a Butterfinger covered in coconut.
Oh, stop.
It's really good. So a Zagnut bar, if you can get your hands on one.
Idea. Coconut shrimp. You do coconut shrimp.
Coconut shrimp! What a great idea. Yes.
Perfect.
Coconut shrimp. Combine a Zagnut bar and shrimp for coconut shrimp. Oh my god, Emily, that's next level.
Thank you.
That's next level.
Thank you. I only think every, 2 years, and this is one of those moments. So, savor it. If none of you are making coconut shrimp when you watch Beetlejuice, I'll have wasted my thought for the year.
Yeah, right. Because when I googled Beetlejuice themed snacks, everyone was like, make cookies that look like severed fingers, and I'm like, that's a lot of work. And also no,
Yeah,
I don't
coconut
know,
shrimp.
just coconut shrimp. Wow. And so what would you follow this up with?
Okay, I had a time with this, honestly, but I do have to give credit where credit is due. And shout out my sister Alyssa because she gave the genius recommendation. And said The Addams Family. I think you followed up with The Addams Family. Because you can't really go from, this movie to anything serious. And anything, lighter than this is, almost too light and you don't really want to watch it. But The Addams Family is just so, perfectly funny. And also, it's a horny movie. You know what I mean? This movie is a little bit of a horny movie as well.
Absolutely.
I feel like the segue is just right there. It's laid out. Also, The Addams Family is just great. I really love it. So, definitely that one.
Yeah, it stays with the good Halloween-y type vibes.
Exactly. Because
as well, this movie would definitely put you in the mood, and then that movie would sustain your mood.
Yeah,
So I have a strong connection with a bad movie, and then a weak connection with a good movie. So,
lay it out for me.
This movie features a giant worm that slithers through the sand.
Oh god, okay.
What other movie has a giant sandworm?
Yeah,
Dune.
I was gonna say, Dune.
But the David Lynch Dune is horseshit. I fucking hate it. It's not good. Don't watch it.
Watch the new one.
I can't speak to the new one.
The new one's coming out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so maybe watch Beetlejuice and then go see the new Dune or something. I don't really know if the big sandworm is going to be featured in that one or not, but I really hope
I would hope so. That's half of the plot.
So then my weak connection is Beetlejuice, the titular role, and yet we don't really see him. What movie does the character whose name is the title and we don't see them Kill Bill?
Fuck yes. All of you people listening can't see it, but literally whenever I record, I'm right next to my giant Kill Bill poster. Love that fucking movie. Love this recommendation.
Right, I don't really know if it fits the vibe or the mood necessarily, but I was just going for concrete connections. Yeah. I don't know. I was trying to think outside of the box of Halloween, but I will say that this movie really makes me want to watch something else in that genre of Halloween vibes.
Yeah. Did you watch the first one? Is that
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to watch.
Exactly.
You have to watch both in succession, to be honest. To me, but then that's a whole other can of worms. But yeah,
you do what I did, and you wake up hungover, watch Beetlejuice, and then the rest of your day while you recover, you watch Kill Bill 1 and 2.
Yeah,
because you have all
that's
day, and this isn't going away. But no, I think that's a great recommendation. Honestly, it's Kill Bill is very entertaining in a very different way than Beetlejuice, but it is still grips you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, is directed by a man who's a little bit questionable, but we can still all agree that his movies are pretty fun to watch.
Exactly. These are both fun movies.
In different ways. I would say Kill Bill is fun in a very different way than Beetlejuice is fun.
Yeah. Kill Bill's fun in the way that we could have put it into Gaslight Gay Keep Girl Boss Month. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good for her.
Good for her.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh-huh.
And then what would you rate this out of 10? I'm gonna give it a 7.
I'm gonna give it a 6.5. Honestly, this movie was... as much as I love this movie, it is certainly repetitive in terms of its plot. Not a lot happens, almost. So I love it, and it's fun, but I do get a little bored. So 6.5.
I agree. And that's it. Ooky spooky kooky Beetlejuice,
Yep,
motherfuckers.
that's the podcast.
And that's the podcast. So thank you so much for listening. All the links to our social media will be in the description below. Please feel free to DM us with literally any positive, negative, neutral reviews, advice, suggestions, anything. We keep track of all of it. Also, I feel like we've never mentioned this before, but if you're listening on iTunes or like Apple Podcasts, please give us 5 stars. If that's like, you don't even have to type a review. Just hit 5 stars and then hit some, like, if you want to type something,
Go for it.
Please do it. But also, it'll take a half a second and 2 strokes of your pinky finger to give us 5 stars, and we would really appreciate it.
That'd just be, like, really hot of you.
But also, yeah, for sure, feel free to reach out to us on any social media, TikTok, Instagram,
we
Twitter, all that good shit.
Literally everything. We respond to everything. So if you literally just want to chat, hit us up.
Right? I'm so sad and lonely and bored. Please come tell me about your favorite movie.
I just graduated college and I have no purpose yet, so...
What's that line from like Pride and Prejudice where it's
I'm
like...
27 years old.
I'm
already
32.
burdened to my parents.
I have no job, no money, and no prospects.
Exactly.
That's me waiting to get DMs from listeners. But yeah, keep listening for the rest of this month where we talk about some Halloweeny, ooky spooky kooky, get into the fall fucking vibes movies, and let us know what you want us to do in the future. And goodbye and good night.